What's up guys, Matt
and Blake
from the Football Boots team, and today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest hot topics in the football boot market at the moment, and that is what is Lionel Messi wearing on his feet? Is it the X, is it the Messi, is it the Ace? Who knows? It is an Adidas football boot, but at the moment it's full blacked out. So what is he actually wearing? Let's find out in the video.
So we've got the Russia Confederations Cup in mid-season, so a big tournament. I think there's only like 6 teams appearing, or 6 or 7 teams appearing, but that is when Adidas could release a new boot for Messi, as well as the Champions League final. Barcelona are out of the Champions League, so probably not for that. I remember back in the day, Adidas would release their Nitro Charge for the Champions League final. All these Bayern Munich players like Javi Martinez would wear the Nitro Charge in the Champions League final, but who knows? It could be a new X17, or it could be a new Messi range, who knows?
So the guy you're seeing on screen now is Alexander Isak, Dortmund's new young superstar. He's like 17 years old. Real Madrid wanted him, but Dortmund got him. And what is he wearing on his feet? Well, again, just like Messi, it's a blacked out pair of Adidas football boots, and it's something that we have never seen before. Now, the one big standout feature for me anyway is that heel cup. You can just see that collar is at a very strange angle.
Yes. So as Matty said, this image gives a really good close-up of what we're looking at. So Messi actually has been wearing this, as well as a lot of other players such as Isak, but as you can see there, it's almost like a triangle, isn't it? That heel cut there. Really, really different. We haven't seen that before by Adidas. Of course, you can see the Adidas 3 stripes on the side of the boot. Can't really see much on that side of the boot. The sole plate itself looks very similar to something like the X16 Plus Pure Chaos, this sprint frame sole plate with the teardrop shaped studs. So Matty, what do you think of it?
Well, there's no doubt this is going to be a new generation. I think it's going to be a new generation of boot. We can't 100% say that that's going to be the case. It might just be an upgrade from the X or the Messi, but I think it might be something a little bit newer than that. Now, we can see the upper itself looks a little bit like the control skin that we see on the Ace at the moment. I don't think it's going to be like the Slash Graphics synthetic of the X. I think it's much more similar compared to the Ace boot. But as you said, I think in terms of what makes this boot different, it definitely is about that collar.
So this is just another picture of the boot itself. We can see that sprint frame sole plate there, no external heel counter, so we've gone for an internal heel counter. But as you can see there, that collar there with that sort of triangular sort of ankle cup design. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that will feel on feet. Who knows? I mean, Messi's been trying it out. So this is the lace version. It looks like it does have external laces like the X16.1. Overall, I think it's something completely different from Adidas.
Well, as you were talking about that collar, is it going to be comfortable or not? Now, I do like the Messi 16.1. I think the upper is brilliant, but one thing which is a little bit uncomfortable for me is that burrito style tongue. It just digs into the top of my foot just a little bit too much. So maybe this is Messi's new boot. He's obviously been wearing it in training. So maybe this is the Messi new boot. They've changed that collar ever so slightly. And another factor which makes me think it is Messi's new boot is that sole plate. You said it was spring frame, and as you can see, it's almost exactly the same shape.
So now this picture gives us 2 new pieces of information. One, that Julian Draxler is wearing it. This is Felipe Luis on his Snapchat, I think. But another one is that it doesn't have laces. So we're seeing one with laces and one without. So Matty, what do you think of that?
Messi 16.1, Messi Pure Agility, and that perfectly sums it up. There is going to be 2 models of this. The big likelihood is that Messi is going to advertise this one. The very premium, the one which is like £40 more expensive with that lace cover. He's probably going to advertise this one, but then wear the one with the laces. Now, with the Messi boots at the moment for Adidas, it's not only Lionel Messi that wears these boots. So you're going to see players like Timo Werner, who plays for Red Bull in Bundesliga. He's a player that wears the Messi boots as well, rapid forward. So there are going to be some other players who are going to prefer either the lace version or the laceless version.
So this picture here is a Chile training. So a couple of players wearing the laceless, if it's the new Messi boot or the next X17 boot, who knows, but they're wearing the laceless boot there. So this picture here is a picture of Wijnaldum wearing the laceless version in the Liverpool training, as well as Felipe Luis in Atletico training. But yeah, what do you think of them on feet?
Well, this is one of the first times I've actually seen them on feet and in training in high definition. And I think it actually looks like it wraps the foot really well. We can see that it's got that elasticated material across the top of the foot, and you can almost see how it stretches across a bit like a bandage, which actually looks really nice. I think for a pair of boots like me, I would love that fit. Personally, I think I would like laces. If you can create that elasticated fit with the bandage wrap with laces, I think that would be brilliant. But looking at him and looking at how the boots actually look on feet, I think they're going to be a smash.
But as we can see, one detail I've seen from this generation of Messi 16.1 and Pure Agility is that they'll scrap Pure Cut. If this is the new Messi boot, they'll scrap Pure Cut. A lot of players pretty much didn't like this. They'll have the laces at the end, the top here. You're supposed to put the laces sort of underneath to have a really seamless strike, but that hurt when you strike the ball. And Messi himself, the big man, actually preferred the Messi 16.1, so he didn't like the pure cut as well.
Yeah.
So next picture, so this is Messi, but this is him wearing Blackout Messi 15.1, so before the boot was released, Messi would be wearing a Blackout pair, so it's likely the boot Messi's currently wearing is going to be the boot he will be wearing in full colour. So yeah, this is the 15.1. Next picture is Messi wearing the Pure Agility, which he didn't wear. He was Messi 16.1 before its release. So yeah, so as you can see, Messi has the laces on the top, so he doesn't like the laces underneath the Pure Cut. Next picture, so this is Messi pretty much marketing the Pure Agility. So this is the Mercury pack for the Copa America. He didn't actually wear this, he wore the Mercury pack 16.1. Next picture, so this is just him wearing the 16.1s. This is the Blue Blast edition. So yeah, he loves the laces. Doesn't like the pure cut, the pure agility. So now this is Messi wearing them in training, Matty.
Yeah, so if we can have another look at this 16.1, it is incredibly similar. So these are probably going to be Messi's new boots. We can't say it for 100%, but what I can imagine, he's wearing them in training, he's getting used to them now, that new collar, and also he's still got those laces. So this is what we're going to expect. I think it's going to be a very similar football boot to what we've seen now in hand. I just think that upper is going to be slightly better quality. This is good, but I think this is going to be a level above. And I think just in terms of comfort, which is very important, maybe the most important thing for a lot of footballers out there, I think the comfort is going to go up as well.
Okay, so this is a closer up picture of what we just saw. So as you can see there, external laces potentially with that collar. Can't really see the upper there. It's almost very similar to a Gelina, but yeah, ankle design is probably the key feature to these boots. Next picture, so this again is another really close-up shot of it. It's not the greatest quality, but as you can see there, that ankle design is just pure triangular with an internal heel counter there. It's pretty much the same old sprint frame sole plate, I'm guessing, and external laces, but we don't really have a clue about what the upper is all about.
Yeah.
So this picture here is with Arda Turan and Neymar. Yeah, so you can see a collar, some sort of collar there, right?
Do you know what? I actually do like the shape of these boots. Now, I spoke about how comfort is important, but for me, one of my biggest positives that I like of a full boot is the actual shape, and I think this has actually got a good shape to it. Some boots might be a little bit too long and narrow, some might be too short and wide, but I think these are actually pretty spot on. Now, that collar at the front is actually quite high. It's maybe quite similar to the Tech Fit in a way. I think it might just be a little bit more elasticated. Now the Tech Fit for me, it doesn't actually wrap around my ankle as tight as I want. I think if I want a football boot on the market right now which has a collar, which I don't really want anyway, but it would be the Ace Prime because I think that does wrap around the ankle pretty well. So I think it's going to be a little bit more similar to what you find on the Ace Prime at the moment because the Tech Fit collar's not great, but this actually looks quite good.
Yeah. So just again, this is another picture there. Messi on the right there. Nothing new there with that ankle cut design. External laces, sprint frame is what we can see. So that pretty much wraps up Messi's new Blackout boots. So Matty?
Yeah, exactly. So Messi has been wearing Blackout boots. These are going to be the brand new boots that we're going to see coming very soon if it's for the Champions League final or for the Confederations Cup. This is what we're going to be seeing. But what do you guys think they are? Is it a new X boot, Messi boot, Ace boot? Is it a brand new silo? You guys get to vote in a poll card now, and also let us know in the comment section below what you think these boots are going to be like when they actually hit the market. But that pretty much wraps up as Blake said. So guys, thanks for watching as always.
We'll see you next time.